morning, guys. It is Thursday, even though it feels like a Friday because we worked the last 3 days. Especially yesterday being our Thursday's work. Feels so weird. But anyway, hi. Let's see. Let's go back. When did I last vlog? Oof. When was this? Oh, it was the 13th. Alright, so backtracked so the 14th of did I? I had to have vlogged at some other point. No, I do remember filming, but when did I do that? Okay, it doesn't say, but I'm pretty sure I vlogged at some point. Wow. Okay. I don't know when I did that. Do I just repeat what I've already said, or do I stop this and go back and see what I did? I'm going to stop this for a second and go back to see what I filmed because I don't want to repeat everything. So I'll be right back. I am so sorry. I looked around my room and I completely forgot that I think it was Monday. I didn't actually write it down, but I think it was Monday. Yeah, 'cause I think it was Tuesday. It wasn't yesterday. It was Monday. We had a little bit of time before we went to the school. Went to Goodwill because Mom's got a fetish to going to Goodwill. I like Goodwill too, but I don't always want to go in or feel like shopping, but she always has a drive to go in. Anyway, found some socks because Mom's like, oh, would you like some socks? I was like, why would I need socks? I was like, oh, wait a minute, there are women's socks, and these are brand new. They have, I don't know how, sometimes the one Goodwill is getting like, I don't know if they're like not being sold at other stores or just knocked something, I don't know how they're getting like new stuff in, but they had, wow, this is not my shoe size. These are gonna be a bit big. I didn't even realize. Wow, okay, never mind. Does it really matter? It doesn't really matter. Anyway. Shoot, oh wait, no, it's fine, it's fine. It's my shoe size. I was looking at the wrong thing. Anyway, we got some socks. I wanted some more black ones because this is pretty much what I wear anymore. I don't really wear colored socks. I like the ankle ones. Some of them have a pop of color, so it's nice. I wanted to see how thick they were. They were decently thick, and I was like, okay, nice. So I needed some black ones since I wear these all the time and they're wearing out. So I got a 2-pack. Yeah, I got a couple ones that have, but these are just neutral. I like them because they're neutral, and I don't need stuff that has, I like the thick ones, and I like stuff that are neutral, so it matches my outfits. I guess you kind of say I'm OCD a little bit as far as matching my clothes, but sometimes I don't care if I'm at home, but I do like to match to certain points, so I got those. And then I found a puzzle that was brand new. So I got this one. I thought it was very colorful, but it's still in its packaging, so which is nice. There were so many other ones, but I just decided, you know, I am very picky when it comes to puzzles. I'm like, definitely want something that I'm going to be interested in putting together. So this is a multicolored popcorn. Thought that was fun. I like the food ones. They also have different ones on the back of this, but gonna focus. Besides the popcorn, this one's candy, and that one's candy, and that one's like canned vegetables. It's not really focusing, I guess because of the glare, but yeah, that would have been cool either way. But I found this one. I was like, oh, that's a nice deal. Sometimes I'll get a puzzle and sometimes I don't, but I always go towards the puzzle section. I'm like, yes, I don't care about all the other clothes. I don't need any other clothes. I just go straight to the puzzle section. But yeah, forgot about that, so I'm putting this in. So, yeah. Okay, it's everybody's favorite time of the vlog, Bible time. It's already zoomed out. Okay. Okay, guys, we're in Deuteronomy chapter 20. And it's called Regulations Concerning War. Alright. When you go out to fight your enemies and you face horses and chariots and an army greater than your own, do not be afraid. The Lord your God, who brought you out of the land of Egypt, is with you. When you prepare for battle, the priest must come forward to speak to the troops. He will say to them, "Listen to me, all you men of Israel. Do not be afraid as you go out to fight your enemies today. Do not lose heart or panic or tremble before them, for the Lord your God is going with you. He will fight for you against your enemies, and he will give you victory." A little sidebar called God's Victory Equation. When the Israelites worried that powerful enemies outnumbered them, God reminded them that he was always with them. When big problems arise, many of us can relate to feelings of hopelessness and helplessness. Is that where you are now? If so, God wants you to consider a new equation. God plus you equals victory. Then the officers of the army must address the troops and say, "Has anyone here just built a new house but not yet dedicated it? If so, you may go home. You might be killed in the battle and someone else would dedicate your house. Has anyone here just planted a vineyard but not eaten any of its fruit? If so, you may go home. You might die in the battle and someone else could eat the first fruit. Has anyone here just got engaged to a woman but not yet married her? Well, you may go home and get married. You might die in the battle and someone else would marry her." When the officers will also say, "Is anyone here afraid or worried? If you are, you may go home before you frighten anyone else." When the officers have finished speaking to the troops, they will appoint the unit commanders. As you approach a town to attack it, you must first offer its people terms for peace. If they accept your terms and open the gates to you, then all the people inside will serve you in forced labor. But if they refuse to make peace and prepare to fight, you must attack the town. When the Lord your God hands the town over to you, use your swords to kill every man in the town. But you may keep for yourselves all the women, children, livestock, and other plunder. You may enjoy the plunder for your enemies that the Lord your God has given you. But those instructions apply only to distant towns, not to towns of the nations in the land you will enter. Excuse me. Itchy nose. In those towns that the Lord your God has given you as a special possession, destroy every living thing. You must completely destroy the Hittites, Amorites, Canaanites, Pezerites, Hiverites, and Jebusites. Basically all the sites. Just as the Lord your God has commanded you. This will prevent the people of the land from teaching you to imitate the detestable customs in the world in the worship of their gods, which would cause you to sin deeply against the Lord your God. When you're attacking a town and the war drags on, you must not cut down the trees with your axes. You may eat the fruit, but do not cut down the trees. Are your trees your enemies, that you should attack them? You may only cut down trees that you know are not valuable for food. Use them to make the equipment you need to attack the enemy town until it falls. So that is chapter 20 of Deuteronomy. So let's get to devotion time, which is called Elections and Influence. And this is from Ezekiel chapter 30, verses 23 to 26. I will scatter the Egyptians to many lands throughout the world. I will strengthen the arms of Babylon's king and put my sword in his hand. I will break the arms of Pharaoh, king of Egypt, and he will lie there mortally wounded, groaning in pain. I will strengthen the arms of the kings of Babylon, while the arms of Pharaoh fall useless to his sides. And when I put my sword in the hand of Babylon's king and he brings it against the land of Egypt, Egypt will know that I am the Lord. I will scatter the Egyptians among the nations, dispersing them throughout the earth. Then they will know that I am the Lord. After excuse me. After every election there is excuse me. After every election there is inevitable a group of people upset with the outcome. That group often spends the years until the next election complaining about the winning candidates and propositions and laws, and explaining how their picks would have been better. Although this process of electing those who govern the U.S. have been around for a couple of centuries, it is a privilege that not every country has. There are many nations around the world still ruled by monarchs, dictators, and even military groups. I will strengthen the arms of the king of Babylon, but the arms of Pharaoh will fall limp. Then they will know that I am the Lord. Then I will put my sword into the hand of the king of Babylon, and he brandishes it against Egypt. Ezekiel 30:25. Whether Christians are able to determine the outcome of elections, they can be confident that God still has his hand of influence on those who win. In the same way that he used certain nations, including pagan ones, to defeat other nations in Bible times, God can use any official, elected or unelected, to bring about his plans. How should your relationship with God affect your response to government authority? We should be praying for those who are under our authority or over our authority, despite whatever side we stand on. We should be praying for them, loving them, supporting them to the best of our ability, doing everything that we can do. Obviously, we don't have the power to say otherwise once that person's in election or whatever. But simply we got to do it the biblical way by praying and hoping that Lord, whoever is put into office, the Lord is taking care of the situation, and he's gonna, and he already knows what he's doing, so we just need to trust God. What does the form of government of a country have to do with God's influence over its leaders? Excuse me. What does the form of government? I mean, God already knows what he's doing when it comes to everything that's going to be said and done. We just, like I said, we have to trust God and hoping that he knows what's best. And yeah, that's kind of all I got to say about this, because it's one of those touchy subjects that people don't really like talking about, and I'm not a huge fan of talking about when it comes to politics and all this stuff. So I just trust that God knows what he's doing, and I'm going to pray through the situation. And that's kind of what I have to say about this. So yeah. Yeah, so that's devotion time, Bible time. So I hope you guys enjoyed. As always, keep on smiling, stay positive. I love you guys. Jesus loves you, and you'll see me in another video. Yeah, so yeah, bye.